Alright guys, welcome back once again to the Tournament of Legends European Qualifier #1. My name is Blue, joined today by Jebro, and we are here now at our second and final qualifier match of the day between I Love Lunch and High Impact.
Yep, this is going to be a good one, a really good one, similar to the last game as well. Two teams, well, actually I do think Peace with Nutella did a lot better than I actually gave him credit for.
Yeah.
To be honest. Now, Lunch have had different lineups, I think, really, different people coming in and out here and there. High Impact, really kind of a new team in comparison to those guys, and we actually hadn't heard of a couple of these guys before in this team comp anyway, even just as single players. And really, High Impact they've impressed me no end. Very much the same as Box as well, but I really do have to give the advantage over towards the High Impact just because of the team comp as well, with the Thief Mesmer combo and also with the Ellie. I think this team comp is really the best as well at the moment. It's one of the best team comps with Ellie, Thief, Warrior, Misha, Mesmer, and Guardian.
Misha is just now the name of the class after that Mesmer play from the last set's game 1. It's just Ninja Misha now. We're just going to rename Mesmer to Misha after a play like that. Alright guys, but once again, we are actually getting started here now with game 1 in the setup versus I Love Lunch and High Impact. First team to 2 points moves on to the next round, so let's get started. Over here now, once again, on the Temple of the Silent Storm. Jervo, what's going on with these splits?
Actually, the two Guardians kind of stuck together, Milo Kreiter and also Bullet, kind of just blocking to make sure that High Impacts weren't going to kind of go over towards their node, actually. Inmodium is currently... Ingenium is currently over at the midpoint. Angel Chaos as well, Guardian, both versus him at the moment. He's going to be okay keeping that point contested, doing for some nice moves to avoid a lot of that AoE damage on the point. We do see the Guardian from both teams currently on the mid cap. Over on the altar at the moment, Qualifier just went down actually to Lipion. He's going to take him out. He's actually going to get that cap as well. So Qualifier not really... there's going to be a little bit of a decap as well coming over.
Matse, good job compensating for the loss in the push over here. Or actually, compensating for the victory over here at their home node. Is actually going to rush over here to the temple and get a free cap there too. So blue team, High Impact, are actually going to take a pretty stern advantage here at the start of this game.
But this is the kind of thing that I love. He didn't go for the full cap. He went for the decap, and he actually went to mid because he knew, you know what, I'm just going to get the decap, keep the points flowing in for our team, just be comfortable, be patient, hold, and come into the midpoint so I can take down Bullet. But it has happened, although he did get the res quite quickly going into that SR there as well, so just get on the side of the point. So he is a very patient player, and for a Thief as well to be patient is a very good thing to be, because he's picking his moments. Look, again, going on to Bullet Chainsaw, taking him out. Cleave damage coming out, they're going to take him down. Res was failed there, and some nice moves coming out from Iron.
And indeed, moving on from that, back over here, taking a look at the scope of the middle fight. We got Taiju over here starting to fall back. A little bit low, but all overall here, blue team hanging on quite well at mid, trying to push the red terms off. They do have to be a bit careful here. Once again, we've got Caligo being focused down, but he's got a way to port back up, so we're just going to jump back up on top over here. And actually, again, we haven't really touched too much on the composition here for I Love Lunch, because they're actually running a Necromancer, and Necromancer is easily the rarest occurrence to see on a team comp in SPVP.
It's so tough to play Necros at the moment, because especially when you're against a Thief. And this is the problem with Lunch's kind of setup at the moment. They're playing some really risky builds. Bullet Punch's build is risky, you know, almost a one-trick pony in some very a lot of situations. Necro needs to be now. Oh, he's very good at positioning and a very good Necro as well. So that, you know, he's sticking out of the fights at the moment, because if he didn't, he would just be instantly screwed over by the Thief on the opposite side.
Take a look at what's going on over here at Temple, though. Let's take a look at this. Once again, you got Lipion. Oh, wait, Kuve, though, could come in and cause some trouble. Earthshaker comes in, does no, okay. Doesn't connect on either of them, because Unfortunately, they did have dodges ready to go, but still, that had the potential to be very nice burst. Could have knocked both of them out with one hit, honestly, had it connected, but good job regardless of them dodging out of the way of that. Now, thankfully, with Kuve coming into play over here, he does have the potentiality to save Bullet, but unfortunately, no, Corpse Cleave is going to be a bit too much over here. So close still to seeing them both get back up into play, but it looks like Lipion has the Corpse Cleave necessary to keep them both in the down state, and with that, Lipion will be getting a quick double kill here. Oh, hold on, no, Milo Crates are going to try to come in here now, but we're going to see, and again, there's going to be a lot of Corpse Cleave. Milo Crate that has a lot of stability, though, as you can see at the moment. About to run out, unfortunately, but once again, it actually looks like that after all those cooldowns, he did not get enough of the res off on a Kuve. So with that said, Blue Team will still be scoring the double kill. Granted, Milo is still here. He's still alive, but good focus with Matse and Lipion. Gonna absolutely destroy Milo Kreitzer there. Don't even give him a chance to pop any cooldowns. And with that said, they will now capture this side note. And while that was happening, they got control of stillness as well. So now they have double point value. They're gonna have a 4 cap in just a few seconds here.
It really, I've said this at the beginning, the comp really is so important in this game between these two. This is what is just literally, all these players are very skillful players. They're very good players and they're good, play well as a team. But I think in Lunch, they're just really having a lot of issues. That Necro's down again, Bullet's going down quite fast, Qualifier is going down at different points in time as well. And they're having a few issues around the map, and High Impacts are actually powering ahead a lot more than I thought they were going to be.
Oh, they're destroying this game at the moment here. Look at the scores. 17-200 here. Box having trouble getting on the board itself, let alone having caps, as you can see here by the score. But once more, they're really going to have to come back here. They really are probably going to have to rely pretty heavily on the 830 bottom buff, to be completely honest, because without that, it's going to be a huge struggle to get them to come back into play here.
It really is quite surprising how not well they're doing, but you know, how much they're just destroying Lunch.
It's very surprising considering the reputation that Box had coming into this event as well, because Box easily, prior to this, based on just the weeklies alone, had to be considered probably one of the top 3 EU teams in my opinion. I don't know how you feel about that, but
one of the top teams, definitely.
Definitely, yeah. I would say top 3, but after this performance, I don't know about that.
No way, and they've been in the finals of ESL as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, Chaos is having some problems. Like, Blue are having some problems now over on the waterfall. Jesus, on the altar. Sorry, but you know, I don't think that's going to be a big enough impact at the moment. But it's at the moment, just looking at Awu, you know, he's gone down again. He's been killed so many times in this game so far. He's having some real issues. He's going to go down to Guardian Troll, and Milo Kreitzer is actually going to come in to hold the cap from Blue. So they're starting to slowly come back into the game. They need to be aware that in 30 seconds, Tranquility and Stillness will be coming back up. So they need to make sure that they're going to be around for those buffs, because like you said, there's a very good point. Those buffs are going to be important.
Portal play comes out, though. Look at this. Mesmer on the blue team just popped open the portal. Let's see where they're coming out. Coming out over here towards the altar. Very well done indeed here. They've got Kuver. They've got Angel Chaos with them along with ToL2. ToL2 will come back and get the free cap, and Angel Chaos is running interference offside the point. So good juke there. They're going to get a free. They're going to get a free decap over here on altar because of that move.
I'm just wondering if they're even going to try and pull it out so that they can try and pull a couple of people in. Has he still got his portal over at mid? I could just go into now. His cooldown's gone. So we do see Trank and Stillness coming up. Quiver's over there on the Stillness at the moment. Look at Mats. He's just being patient. He's staying back. Knows that he needs to just try and keep him away from that buff. And try not to pull him away too much, just in case someone else from Red comes in from behind and just nicks it. Just having a look at Tranquility at the moment. Lipion is versus Ingenium, so this is Warrior on Warrior, of course. Lipion is coming into this in less HP, so he's kind of on the back foot at the moment. So it's going to be a long fight down there, I think, actually, to be honest. But we do have 1v1s on buffs. Red's still getting the points in, so they are coming back. Slow comeback, albeit, but we have 7.5 minutes in the game. It is possible for them to come back completely.
And going back over here once again to the altar to check that out, Bullet versus Angel Chaos. Bullet not doing too well here at the moment. Does get thrown into the downstate, instantly using the knockback there, though, just to stop him from getting any stability off or anything such as that. So with that said, Angel Chaos now gets the guaranteed stop on his real first attempt. That'll knock him out. Back in mid, the Guardians are having a light show party, so nothing's going to be happening there. And then back up.
Oh, down at Tranquility. Ingenium's about to take down Lipion. I think he has been. Oh, look at Ty. Look at Ty coming down onto the train. Oh my god, that timing. He's going to go for the res. I would have just gone for the kill on Ingenium rather than trying to go for the res.
Ingenium's low. He could take him down, but Lifeon's got to be careful of his health pool here as well. If he gets Ingenium down, he's definitely going to be safe here. Needs to go for res on Lifeon. Jukes up on top there with a blink, and that's going to secure Lifeon's res. But hold on now. Bullet's coming into play now. Bullet's going to try to stop this res from happening. Matse goes for big burst. Bullet, good cooldown usage though. Gets the block up and prevents the big burst from coming into play. Ingenium's now back up into play. Everyone's back up now, and we've got a big team fight for the bottom buff.
Amazing how that just flipped from a 1 versus 1 going over to a 3-2 fight, and just people bringing up. Look, but they're actually, Launch is starting to come back slowly into this game. Bullet has gone down again. It was always the prime target. Him on the Necro are just being focused so hard in these fights, and it's very even down there at the moment, but they need to try and be catches. Not at all. Ingenium's on his own, and he just noticed that, oh good lord, he's stuck, and he's kiting around so much. The other guy could probably try and go for the buff potential.
Oh! He killed him with the smoke shot. 4 on longbow there, took him down.
Good lord. And I think he's going to take... No.
Lifeon's alright there. Lifeon's alright. Milo Courageous there to support him anyway, so even if Lifeon takes down, we are going to see him go for a bit of a quick kill here. Does have triple interrupt, or does have triple block at the moment, but yep, as you're going to see there, does do the second ability on longbow to proc all 3 of those blocks at once, and now Milo Courageous does end up getting erupted there in his attempt to channel pop-up.
I just missed this as well,
but
Stillness.
Yeah, Stillness. I was just about to say that actually. Stillness did get channeled by Lunch, so with that said, Stillness does have a 2-1 cap advantage for the time being. It's a virtual cap advantage, so it'll lose it here in a second, like they just did there, but they still managed to get that. And that is going to bring their point cap up here by a little bit. But blue team, even though they are struggling, still have a pretty significant lead, about 130 points here at the moment versus their opponents. And if they're able to get this bottom buff, they may be able to guarantee themselves the game. And just in general, if they hold on to what they have, they could still be in a very good position here for the rest of the game.
This is an awesome comeback from Box at the moment, and I think Ingenium, even though he's kind of low on HP, and I feels like he's going to go down.
Milo might get the snipe off here. Milo trying to get... Oh no, does not happen there once again.
Cheeky.
Very close, very
so
close.
Many conditions blue on Ingenium at the moment. Oh, he was able to get... Oh, he's just gone down. Millicriter in the right place there. Look how close he was. Is he going to get it, Rez? Jesus, this is going on forever down there at the moment. But the map, look at the map. Stillness is back up. So Red again needs to be very careful. Mats is versus Bullet. Bullet has chainsaw around that buff.
Look, even though Box has so much stuff downstairs, they're gonna get a 3 cap in a second here. They're gonna have a 3 cap regardless.
I know.
So
what the hell? What is Impact doing?
Impact is all letting far too much on the buff up. They need to spread themselves out along the map more. They need to get into better engagements. Matse should not be here at mid. They should have the Ellie over there. But at the same time, Ellie's going up against Cubase, so we can't really do that. No doubt in my mind that Bullet would have won versus Matse there. And Angel Chaos is not doing good here versus Cuvée either. So with that said, Box is absolutely dominating above ground here at the moment. You know, thankfully they did leave mid open here, so Guardian will be able to steal a point away from them here. But once more, you can see that they've got the 4 cap now. And that may be the comeback, to be completely honest. But, hold on, bot buff. Blue team trying to channel. ToL2 needs to body block these hits here, but no, Lifeon gets interrupted now. And Ingenium Odium once again with Box doing what is, in my opinion, the correct thing. Only sending 1 or 2 tanky players downstairs at a time to just delay the cap for as long as possible. And because of that, Box has been able to dominate the above ground fights, and they have been able to take a 4 cap now. And they're going to come back into this game and take the lead in just a few seconds here.
Unbelievable, because of what you said. When you were talking about upstairs, I was keeping my eye downstairs, and separate people from Red, like you said, sending 1 person in at a time. Last second of that channel, they were getting the actual. They were interrupting it, not able to get it, and the guys that are going down there, they're dying. It's better to keep the 2 cap than just a couple of kills here and there. I mean, Ty's just moved back down there as well, portaling back in, versus Ingenium. Lifeon's down there as well. They really are overcommitting down there.
I think that's in all honesty going to cost them the game. If High Impact loses for any reason, it's going to be because they've overcommitted to the bottom. This happens so often on this map, and it's so tragic too, because because it happens so often, you would think so many teams will learn to adjust to it, but they just end up falling into the trap of it so often, and it's such a common thing.
Decap over on Temple. They've decided not to focus so much down there.
Box has got bot now. Box has bot now.
They're gonna get it.
They need to get off node now, because Angel Chaos need to get off node, dude.
don't think Angel-
No, we gotta flip it around. But he had stab ready to go with this, so we popped that off. He's gonna decap this node now. Meanwhile, back over here, Kube's gonna be securing the altar node, but back in mid, they've got plenty of guys to make sure that stays capped for a long time. But it's gonna spawn right back again here now. Now, this is the thing. Did red team catch on to that? Yeah, thankfully they did. So Bullet's down here now. Bullet's ready to go. He's gonna fight for that. Bullet's not the tankiest fellow in the world, though. So red team may want to bring one or two more guys down there just to make sure that they don't lose that, because blue team still has the potential to flip it around here as well if the buff goes into the favor of the blue team. But Bullet actually seems to be handling himself quite well, and as such, we're going to see Lightpeon coming down here to assist him. If he does get knocked out, though, when we don't see anyone else from red team coming down, we could see a flip soon. Bullet and Taiju both go down. We do have the Necromancer from the red squad coming in here to try and stomp out. Plague Stomp does come, or Plague Red is going to try to come into play from Bullet, but that is not going to be happening at all here now. Taiju going to try to come in with big damage over here on the Caligo, the Necromancer from the red squad. Big stuns go off on him too, as they do manage to cleanse his stability, and now he's going to get taken down. Blue team can take this buff now, wrap it back around, and Genium Odium's down here now though too, so Box still has the delay, but once again the Necromancer is going to get taken out, and now blue team does need to circumnavigate the map. Checking out the top buff here, Milo Kreitz and Guardian Troll are both there, so that buff is not going to change its status anytime soon unless we see a knockback knocking him down.
Let's go focus 5.
And wait, what happened? No.
Yeah, but I was sure Milo Kreiter was going to get that there because no one was anywhere near him, and then Guardian actually came in there. We got both the Guardians.
Blue team,
over the
but look,
buddies.
blue team has a double cap buff right now. Blue team's got a double cap. They may lose bot though. They've got to be careful. They got their. Is their thief dead? Monse's there. If he can keep a decap. No, but.
This is so painful.
It's so back and forth.
So bad for Impact. They've made such a big mistake in going for Tranquility, and it's gonna cost them the game at the moment. Oh, so much upset in that they actually committed so much to that cap.
Such a great start too.
Oh,
had an amazing start, completely locked down Lunch at the beginning of the game, but again, the overcommitment to the bottom buff costed them everything they had, including the first win here. So with that said, I Love Lunch will get game 1 under their belt, and they will now be one victory away from qualifying from the grand finals of ToL2 a little bit later on in August.
Yeah, really big props as well to Lunchbox for just making the decisions they did. I mean, saying about the comps at the beginning, I mean, if it had stayed the way it was, it was really Impact's game, but they just made that mistake. The classic mistake, as you said, that so many teams in Team Q do, overcommitting to bottom buff, easy decaps on the sides and the mid, and just recapping and just pulling off those stillness to bring you back into the game. It's really easy to do.
Alright guys, so with that said, we're going to head into Game 2 in just a few minutes here. It is going to be once again on the Forest of Niflhel. So after Game 1, Jebro, how do you see this one going?
I'm going to say Impact, actually.
I gotta agree, actually.
Yeah, because it's a cap game. This is all about caps. Obviously, we do have the bosses, but in the ESL game we saw, they came back in very, very late in the game as well. A couple of boss kills, using them only really when they needed to push the lead at different points of the game as well. And I do think, I thought they were going to win the last game, actually, if I'm honest. But you know, you definitely can't count Lunch out on this game whatsoever. And they really have been in these situations before, under pressure in ESL. They're 1-up, so they're okay. You know, they can kind of sit back a little bit, but they just wouldn't. You know, they want to win this. They want to go to bed, probably. Actually, but it's going to be a really close game. We've got some cracking games in this one.
So as soon as these guys are ready to go, we'll get started once again over here on Legacy. Once again, really quickly though, let's go over and take a look at the builds. We haven't actually seen Lunch play it today, so we'll take a look at them very quickly. Kube once again playing Elementalist. I think he is on. No, he's playing Dagger in the games, right?
Yeah. Normally he is.
Playing Dagger in the games itself, but as of a staff right now for pregame buffing, running with the Celestial Amulet, Runes of Strength, and the traits being 00266, and Genium Odium over here on Hambo, and again the Hambo build. We all know it. A lot of you hate it. It's lots of AoE, lots of pressure on nodes, and is a quintessential part of pretty much most team comps nowadays. Milo Kreita playing the required Guardian, pretty much, as it is now. Running again with Cleric's Amulet, Runes of the Soldier, Triple Shouts obviously to boost up with the Soldier Runes there. Mason offhand focus, so again, nothing too out of the ordinary here, and once again is running with an altruistic healing build, which does kind of tend to be the meta over here in EU, whereas NA, you see a lot more Virtues Guardian builds with 00266 or something like that, but here in EU, this build is generally speaking the mainstay. We have the Guardian Caligo, or Uo, or whatever we're supposed to call him, running with 06206 here, Path of Corruption. What do we call him, Jebbo? Do you know? Or
I call him out
Ow.
just to get the little wolf out there.
Oh, yeah. Running with Runes of the Traveler. Traveler, interesting choice for Necromancer, but we do definitely see quite a few of those guys taking it now in regards to something else like Nightmare Runes or something, where Nightmare Runes would be a lot better. Nightmare Runes would be a lot better just kind of as a defensive choice due to the random chance to proc fear on your opponents. It's a pretty long fear proc too, but these obviously are going to be a lot better if he's kind of trying to act as more of a roamer role than just general more team fight role. So that's kind of the choice he's probably making this. That's probably why he's making the choice he's made here.
Exactly.
And other than that, again, running it with Corrupt Boon as well as the Worm. This will probably get swapped out to Signet of Spite when the game begins. Could use what's called Spectre Walk or something like that as well too. So we'll wait and see when the game gets started. And then last but not least, Bullet has Chainsaw. Playing a Pokeball build with Berserker's Amulet, Runes of Strength, Hammer, along with Scepter as offhand focus being the third weapon he has here. And again, has actually swapped from Greatsword to Hammer as he was running Greatsword last game. And then the trait's going to be the usual DPS Guardian split, 2-1-6-1-4. 4 points into Virtues gives him a little bit of a defensiveness, and the Valor traits obviously being the bread and butter of this build, boosting the potency of his meditations here.
He's definitely, yeah, he'll definitely switch to Greatsword. I think he's just going to blast up that static field to get the extra swiftness at the beginning. So it's nice to see those different weapon swaps and those different skills that people do. As you can see, what they're currently buffing over on the Lunchbox side. There you go, just hammering out to get that blast, of course. So we're going to see the splits.
Lunch going very heavy on the cross here, runs directly into Guardian Trololo. Now again, if they can take Guardian Trololo out here, they don't seem to have much of an interest in it, but I was going to say if they could take him out, that would be a huge advantage right out of the gate to take the Guardian off the field. But unfortunately, does not seem to too interested. And what are they doing now? Lunch is,
interesting
Lunch
movement
seems a bit
from those
indecisive in their split here. Yeah, they seem pretty high. They seem pretty kind of into it to go over there to the blue team home node. But I guess I saw Leipzig on the node, and Kuve said, I can take Leipzig easily, just go back to mid and help out with that fight. I think was kind of the thought process behind that.
Yeah, they've made it, the end move is good, but at the moment there's one guy kind of stuck out, and I think Lipion actually, you know, he's waved off Kuve completely. Kuve is just going to go back to mid as well, and everyone's just engaging on the mid fight. So it's going to be interesting to see where Lipion goes now, whether or not he's going to risk leaving the close point, or if he's actually going to go over to far. But as we do see, Mats has currently gone over to far, so I would see Lipion really trying to advance to mid now. We do see him starting to advance as Mats has gone on the offensive now. They do need to cover their bases in these team fights because they're outnumbered currently, and he's going to come in. And then look, as you can see the movement, the Guardian's on the midpoint, everyone else from blue is kind of back towards Lipion so that he can back them up sufficiently. So that's really nice movement. Lipion's very paranoid actually at the moment of losing that back cap as well.
Indeed he is. So let's go back over here to mid and check things out. We're currently looking at Guardian Troll. I'm going to switch our point of view over onto Ingenium Odium though. So you know he's hanging here at the moment. Currently trying to focus down Angel Chaos. Nicely done there indeed. Gets the immobilize off of, but he instantly gets back up. How did he pull that off? Is he running Oh yeah, he's running with the glyph here, so he gets himself back up through the glyph. I was wondering if he was running with the DD or not still. So yeah, he's full support staff Ellie then at this point too. We didn't actually take a look at it. He's changed up quite a bit from previous rounds, I think.
Oh, well, Angel.
Yeah, Angel. He
has gone.
Yeah, he was running DD
right,
earlier.
Sorry,
Now he's full on support staff, Ellie. He's still running with Celestial Limit, which kind of seems to be an EU thing. But again, it's in terms of like the traits and everything else like that, it's full on support staff Ellie now, even as the glyph there too. That's how he was able to get himself back up a few seconds ago.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it says this. Like, really, that blasting staff is one of the main traits that's changed. But he can be so supportive, just even with the same traits. It's really nice build. Taking out Bullet, Tooth, Joe. No, not Bullet, Tooth, Joe. Bullet has Chainsaw. Stop having Bullet in the front of your name, guys. But he's always the first target. Him or the Necro, almost you feel like they need to be separated. The Necro was at the close point of Red. Currently Quiver having a lot of issues against Lipion at the moment over on the mine point. And it does look like Angel of Chaos is just checking the back point to make sure it's okay. Because I know the blue, they think anyway that they're okay on the mid. But Ty is actually in a lot of trouble, kind of going down quite low. It's still fairly even around the map though, very close in terms of points.
Ty, good job getting up on top here, just in time for Moxie to join the fight here too. Blinks up on top with his blink, and now again that's going to force the Necromancer into the team fight. He is surrounded by allies, however, and he had about 1/3 of his DS. That's not going to save him, but again, will throw him into the downstate right next to teammates, and as such, they're able to get him up with no trouble at all. Ty took a bit of a risk there, and remaining in the team fight is such a low health pool, but as you saw, again with Ether Feast being on such a low cooldown, and again, nice juke over there with the phase retreat once more, gets away from the fight, pops off his Ether Feast, and now he's good to go once more to keep the combat rolling in. Excellent shatter on Milo. Look at that. 5% health for Milo here, just barely hanging on. Can he keep himself alive? Thankfully, did get shatter off cooldown there a second ago, so now Milo will be able to keep himself rolling.
It's so damn close at the minute. Oh my god. Oh, bullet punch. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I do. So sorry. Someone just whispered me about bullet punch. I did know that. I was still having some problems. The focus actually was quite slow. He is down now, but they just kind of left him just on the side of the point, knowing that they could probably kill him actually. But he's actually been brought back up into the fight. So this mid fight is still so even. 3 versus 3. He's coming in now. Angel Chaos is coming in. So it is Bullet as well. And then we've got kind of a 1v1 happening between the Ellie and the Warrior. They're actually going to swap over and decap and recap those points. But Angel Chaos is actually pulling back towards the Henge to potentially keep that neutral. But unfortunately, that does mean blue team will be outnumbered in this mid fight. Whether or not that's going to be effective, we can see Mats has gone down, Ty has gone down as well. So whether or not that decision is going to pay for them in the end is going to be...
Look at this, look at it in mid. Guardian ToL2 gets destroyed. Excellent combo there from Lunch. Corrupt Boon comboing it into his Hammer Sun Chain that came in there from their Warrior. Ingeniumodium absolutely destroyed Guardian ToL2 and guaranteed box now the mid fight. Really well played there.
It's unfortunately because the Ellie had to pull back to their close point, that really gave them the advantage in that mid fight as well. But it was, it was probably, I don't know if it was a good decision, because all it's really achieved is the fact that they've given them some kills and they've given them the lead. We've just moved the team fight over towards the Henge now, really, and Mats is actually down as well, so that's another 5 points they've lost. So again, Lunchbox slowly coming back into the game again and taking that lead.
Indeed, going back into this fight here, we see Kuve trying to knock out Matsu's skills theory, the Thief, with a lot of bursts, with a lot of potential for annoyance in the team fight. Definitely going to be a prime target to knock him out, but as with all SD Thieves, and actually, is he running S? No, he's playing DP now. As with all Thieves in general, though, he's going to be pretty slippery. He was able to get out of there, but again, decided to jump onto Bullet, I think, which was, again, a big mistake in general, just because of the fact...
Not the best idea.
Yeah, not the best idea, because again, DPS Guardians is, oh, a thief, it wants to kill me? Well, let me just pop on my meditations and it'll die, which is, to be completely honest, that's pretty realistically how most thief on DPS Guardian engagements go.
Yeah, and Greatsword too, that burst coming out is just going to screw them. That's almost the one counter to a thief I feel is that kind of build that Bullet runs, actually, because is so bursty if you can just jump on him with those meditations, because it's easy, you just need to target him. But Mats is really amongst all the damage at the moment. He's doing a good job to kind of retreat in the moment. They are starting to take down targets now over at the Henge point, and one of the most important currently is the Guardian ToL2. Did you see that Ty just went down as well? Lipion's quite low, going towards the midpoint, up against Ingenium at the moment, able to get that stun off as well, just moving on to the point. Whether or not he's going to be able to get decap, I do doubt it, but Mats has just jumped onto mid, able to get a lot of damage off onto Ingenium, but Quiver comes in with a great sword, Pyro Great Sword, not able to beat the actual down there, and I do think they're going to be able to take Quiver down as well. Possibly get
Lipion's a little bit low though, so it might be a bit riskier to keep Lipion in the fight. Lipion really can't go ham or anything like this. He's got Endure Pain Puff, so he can go damage for. He can go put some big deeps on here for the time being, but he's got to get out of this fight. Look at this. Does not connect with an Earthshaker. Needs a weapon swap right now. I'm not sure when that's coming up here, but he needs to cleanse. There we go. Thankfully, he does. As with Cleansing Eye there, he can use his burst abilities to cleanse Condies for anyone that doesn't know. So he was able to just needed a weapon swap. Whoa! What happened there?
Mats just jumped onto the back of Bullet and just absolutely raped him. I'm sorry, but that was true. That was absolutely disgusting. Oh my good lord. But look at the back cap. Oh my god, Ingenium taking over the mine. Oh, we have a Fox coming out.
Up until this point, this game was super close, like maybe 20 to 30 points at most, but now things are gonna rocket for 55 HP Monks. A 3 cap, never something you want to have against you now. Blue team needs to work quickly and they need to work efficiently, or this game is going to end for them right now.
It's even more of a miracle if it's 55 HP Monks Blue.
Oh, sorry. I love lunch. Apologies.
It has been a very long day for you.
Yes.
I really... and we did literally just see them. But that's what it almost feels like. It feels like that kind of performance now, because I really feel like Launchbox are just absolutely destroying it on this game. They're just pulling out all the stops. They're playing so well. It feels like High Impacts are making a significant amount of mistakes. They're going down all over the map. Look, Mats is down, Ty is down, and one of the teams that I actually thought was going to be in the final four could potentially go out now. It's really real, man.
Yeah.
150 points ahead, 2 cap in favor of Red. This is their game.
I don't honestly know if they can come back from this now. It's really going to come down to this entire fight at Henge, which they may bring back. It's going to, we're going to see now Ao. Yep, they get Ao back up. Unfortunately, they don't have enough DPS pressure from the downstate to keep Ao down. So with that said, he's going to be able to escape this. And if they can't rally back this fight within the next, I'd say, 30 seconds, then this game's going to be over, and we're going to see another 2-0 here in favor of Box to have them move on to the grand finals.
Absolutely amazing how much they've come into these games and just complete, like, from the first opening on Temple, I was just thinking, oh my god, what is going on? This team comp is not going to work at all. Yeah. Where's my hat? Where is it? I've got a couple.
Even I was talking about that earlier too. The beginning of Temple was just so sloppy for Lunch, but they've really turned things back around there. Again, obviously, just a bad start to a game, I'm guessing. Very easily able to wrap that back around, and it's looking very good for them right now. Now, granted, once again here, High Impact still has their opportunity to come back, but it's dwindling very, very quickly here. Even with the 1 cap that I Love Lunch has now, they may just be able to win off of that at this point with the current scores being 415 to 225 points here for High Impact. That 3 cap, like I was saying before we had the game pretty close. It was sitting at maybe 120 to 150 or something like that. But ever since that 3 cap, as you saw there, Lunch just shot ahead.
Absolutely awesome play from these guys. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Indeed.
There's not really much I can say. All I can say is they've just completely flipped this round. My decision, it makes me sad because a couple of weeks ago they were scared, almost scared of going up against the Team Mist comp, which was, pretty similar. I mean, it's exactly the same, in fact, and they've completely owning Impact at the moment. If only they'd believed in themselves then, maybe we could see them play against Team Mist later in these games. Of course, that's a really big leap into the future, but it would be interesting.
Alright, so with that said, once again, we still have the fight going on over here at Mine. Matse, as well as I believe it is, who is this over here? Guardian Trollo and Taiju now joining the fight too. With Bullet, though, coming into play. Matse did have the superior burst and was able to take out the Necromancer, but they're going to try to get him back up, and Genie Monium's over by the corpse. Matse taking a lot of corpse sleep, but thankfully not enough to take him into the downstate. So with that said, the stomp that he had going through on the red team's Necro did actually pierce through, taking him down, and now he's going to try to lock down a Genie Monium, prevent him from doing the Hambo's job of locking down his own team. So far he's doing a nice job. You can see again, kind of the emo span coming out here at the moment, try to keep him down. Moves directly away from Bullet there as you saw the burst going on to him. And also we've got Black Powder down here, so with Ingeniumonium down, you've got Bullet not being in such a good spot. Thankfully again, Ingeniumonium gets stomped out just as Matse goes down, so he will get himself right back up into play. And Matse just wrecking house over here. May win this fight for the blue team, but unfortunately, however, it's all kind of going to be in vain. Mid still sitting pretty confidently in control of the red team. Kuve's at pretty much full health. You've got the Necro supporting things as well, and with just that point at this point, red team is going to be able to take this game.
Madness, absolutely madness. I don't think I can believe it. I don't think I can believe it. Such a strong performance from Lunch. I'm actually quite sad to see Impact go out of this. They were one of the teams I thought were really, I can't even give Lunch enough credit for how well they're playing. Awu really is doing so well. He really is getting mixed into these team fights. But Bullet is just countering Mats on so many different levels. Alright, this team fight in mid's lost, but Lunchbox have taken it.
And there you have it, guys. Once again, Lunchbox has qualified for the Guild Wars 2 Tournament of Legends 2 finals at the end of August. And as for High Impact, they're going to get their chance to win some better prizes here in just a few minutes, as they're going to be taking on Pizza with Nutella. Now that's going to be our last game of the day. Not this one, but the Pizza with Nutella versus High Impact one. Jevro, before we kind of go off to a break and get to that game, how do you think that Pizza with Nutella versus High Impact's going to go?
We've seen it. We saw it in ESL.
Oh awesome. Yeah, we did, didn't we?
Awesome replay. Remember? 499 to 502. That was the game. Epic.
Right. So very close set is lined up for us.
Cracking games tonight, really. Jesus.
We have to take a short break though before we get to that one, guys. Once again, we're gonna give away another llama while we are on break. So keep an eye on the chat. Make sure you are following the channel for that. Once again, make sure that you guys are keeping up with the discussion over at facebook.com/Misspedia as well. We've got some gem giveaways over there as well as some other cool stuff for you guys. Make sure you go ahead and like us over there. You can also follow us over at @Misspedia. So check us out there once again. And then at the same time, if you want to follow myself or Jebro to win gem giveaways there, because I think, you know, we'll do some pretty often over there. You can follow myself at Dr_Blue and Jebro over there at JebDan. So with that said, guys, the last game of the day, the third place match is coming up in about 10 minutes here. That is going to be between High Impact and Pizza with the ToL2. So stick around for that, guys, coming up in about 10 minutes.